Hello everyone, welcome to the YouTube channel. So in today's video, we're going to be learning the pattern drafting for this beautiful Milkmaid dress that you're looking at. So please kindly go ahead to subscribe to my channel, and I would appreciate a like and a share. And also, if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask in the comments. So the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to really line across at the very top of our pattern paper, and this is going to serve as our starting line. And then you go ahead and take your neck measurement, that is your neck depth and your neck width. I am going to be using 3 inches on both sides, 3 inches for the length and 3 inches for the width of the neckline. Then you go ahead and give this a good curve. So now we're going to be taking our shoulder measurement. Whatever you have as your shoulder measurement, you divide it by 2 and indicate it. Mine is 8, so I'm just going ahead to mark 8 right there. Then you come down by 1 inch and then join the 1 inch that you came down by to your neckline. Now we're going to be marking our armhole. So whatever you have as your round armhole, you also divide it by 2 and then mark it there. Now this armhole is also going to serve as our chest line, so I'm going to go ahead to indicate mine is 8, so I go ahead to mark 8 and then rule a straight line, which is going to serve as our chest line. Alright, now we're going to go ahead to take our horizontal lines, which are our bust points, our under bust, and our half length. I am using 18 for my half length. I'm going to go ahead to mark these lines on both sides of the paper just so that I can get a very straight line when I'm ruling across. So then we're going to go ahead and label these lines. As you can see, the first one is our chest line, our bust point, our under bust, and our half length. Now we are going to add our shoulder measurements to our chest line with a straight line. Then you go ahead to find the midpoint. Just place your tape and then find the midpoint of that line that you just created. Whatever you have as the midpoint, you come in by half an inch at that midpoint. The next thing we're going to do now is we're going to take our round bust measurement divided by 4 and indicate it on our chest line right there. Now you take your curve and you add whatever you have as your round bust measurement. You add it to the half an inch you came in by at your armhole line and add it to your shoulder slope right there. So now we're going to go ahead and measure our darts. My darts is 4 inch. So just go ahead and indicate whatever you have as your darts. from your bust points, your under bust, and your half length, and then you join. So before you join, make sure that you are coming down by 1 inch or half an inch from your bust points. Then you go ahead and take your half an inch on both sides on your half length line, and then you join. So now we're going to place our tape on our under bust line and come up by 1 inch. Then you take your curve and add that 1 inch. You connect the 1 inch that you've come up by to your dart line. Try as much as you can to place your curve in a way that will give you a cup shape. So on your bust point line, whatever you have as your dart measurements, you go ahead and take the same measurements on that line. I have 4, so I'm marking 4 inches on the bust points. Then I'm going to go ahead and place my curve in a way that is also going to join my dart line like that. And I am going to connect it all to my armhole curve. The next thing you want to do is you're going to come up by 1 inch from your chest line. You can use 1 inch, 1.5, or even half inch, depending on how covered you want your bust to be. So I came up by 1 inch, and I'm going to go ahead to join that 1 inch to my armhole curve, and then I would give it a nice curve at my center front there. Now we're going to begin to take our round measurements. So you go ahead and measure your bust, your round bust, and indicate it there on the bust point. Your round under bust, you indicate that your round under bust line, and then your half length. So on the half length line, you are going to replace your dart. So you're going to measure whatever you have on your dart there. I had 1 inch for my dart. You're going to replace it on the half length line. Now we're going to go ahead to join our points together. I'm going to go ahead to mark a 1 inch allowance and join as well. So now we are going to be going ahead to cut out our piece. Make sure you cut carefully so that you don't cut above the indicated line. So we're going to be using our front pattern to draft the pattern for the back of our dress, and the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add our zipper allowance to the center front, which is 2 inches. So you go ahead and mark 2 inches from the center front there, and then you rule. We are going to trace our front pattern onto our back pattern. So whatever you have on your front pattern, you go ahead and trace it to the back. Now you find your dart and make sure you indicate where you have your darts on your back pattern paper, and then you go ahead and trace the sides as well on your back pattern paper. Now we'll only be tracing the armhole of the front pattern to the back, but we will not be tracing the neckline because I would like my back neckline to be a little bit deeper. So I'm just going to trace only the armhole, and there you have it. So you go ahead and sharpen your lines. Now you're going to take your curve and you're going to trace your back neckline. You can make it however deep you want it to be, or even if you want it to be a little bit higher, you can do that as well. And then you go ahead to join it to your zipper allowance. Now you find the places where you traced your darts and you make it brighter, and then you go ahead and draw your dart lines. Now we're going to be working on our front piece, so you go ahead and take your front pattern and cut out the cup area. We are going to be slashing and spreading on the cup, and I am using 1 inch to divide the cup, so that is going to give me 8 equal pieces all together. So I go ahead and really line across them. We are going to go ahead to label the pieces from 1 to 8 and then cut across them. Now you're going to get a fresh pattern paper, as you can see I have here, and then you place your pieces on your fresh pattern paper. So I'm using 1 inch, I'm giving it 1 inch between the pieces. So you go ahead and take your 1 inch measurement while you place your pieces, as you can see me doing here. I'm going ahead to use a paper tape to hold the pieces so that they do not move while I trace the piece. Now you use your free hand to trace this piece. Try as much as you can to follow the pieces that you already have and just trace it to also give you a cup shape, but it's going to look like a larger one. So I've gone ahead to cut out the cup pattern, as you can see. So this is what it's going to look like when you've cut it out, and then when you gather it is going to fit right into your front pattern, and that is your back piece as well.